Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Aintree Racecourse here on Friday. It is the 12th of April 2024. Gonna look at the stakes races here on day 2 of the Grand National meeting. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world. And join me tomorrow for some more Grand National meeting previews from Aintree. Tomorrow's a big one, the Grand National, so I have quite a few thoughts of that race, so I hope you check me out for that. But we're gonna look at the stakes races today, the graded ones, races 1, 3, 4, and 6. So the 115, the 145, the 255, the 330, and the 440. So let's get to it right now. And just note for next time, why do I use the light color pens? Because I can't barely read my notes. This is gonna be very interesting. So let's get to the first race, 145, which is the grade 1 Mildmay Novices Chase. It's a grade 1 event for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $152,500. Race for novice 5-year-olds and upwards. 6 horses are contesting the 3 miles and 1/8 over the Chase course. My top selection here, I'm going to go with the 2 horse Chianti Classico. I'm going to go 2-3-5 in the Tricast trifecta. 2-3-5 Tricast trifecta. Top selection 2 horse Chianti Classico. 7-year-old gal by Shanto here. Kim Bailey trains, gets Bass up in the saddle. The horse's most recent outing came in a premier handicap chase at Cheltenham, 3 miles and 1/8 on the 12th of March. Off the 2-month refreshing, it was a success for this horse. He loved every bit of the heavy ground that you're going to see. Similar ground today. And, he jumped well, he quickened up nicely, and he slopped it out to the wire. A very good going away victory. Coming here to Aintree today off some very good runs, can handle the sloppy going. I expect him to run a really good race here and win here again. 2 back in the Class 2 handicap chase at Kempton, 3 miles 13th of January. On yielding ground, he finished second by 2 lengths. A little bit of a high weight late. He just couldn't keep up, but he ran his heart out that day. And then 25th of November at Ascot, 3 miles in a novice limited handicap chase Class 3 event. He won by 3/4 length. Even with the high weight, he was on the drive excelling. He's back to great company today, but it's not the world's deepest race. I think he get the trip to win. I think the 3 horse here, Giovinco, can win also. Was a winner 2 back in Newcastle with the 2 miles and a half in a limited handicap chase where he won away by 4 lengths. Came back to run in the Brown Advisory Novices Chase at Cheltenham, where he finished third by 6 1/4 lengths, and just a little bit flat late. He ran here at Aintree last year in late November over the chases, and he's a course and distance winner, going away by 2.5 lengths. Back to the course today. A little softer ground should suit him well, or heavy ground should suit him well. I'll give him a shot here in the play spot. But to recap my selection for the 145, the first race from Aintree, it's grade 1 Mildmay Novices Chase. Going to go with the 2 horse Chianti Classico. Give kudos to the 3 horse here, Giovinco. 2-3-5 Tricast trifecta. 2-3 in the multi race. Let's get to the third event, the 255 now from Aintree, which is the grade 1 top Novices Hurdle. It's a grade 1 event for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $127,000. Race for novice 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 8 horses going 3,300 meters, or 2 miles and 1/16 over the hurdle course. Gonna take the number 5 horse here, a Mystical Power, as a top selection. Let's go 5-7-3 in the Tricast trifecta. 5-7-3 Tricast trifecta. Top selection 5 horse Mystical Power. 5-year-old owned by Galileo here. Willie Melnish trains, gets Walsh up in the saddle. The horse's most recent outing came the grade 1 Supreme Novices Hurdle at Cheltenham, 2 miles on the 12th of March, and this horse finished second by 2 1/4 lengths. They put the headgear on, which concentrated him that day. He just couldn't catch Slade Steele, who's gamed him to the wire, but this horse, he got down the race course well. Refreshing back to Aintree today off some decent runs. A lesser quality race than he was last time out at Aintree at Cheltenham. I think he get that Aintree redemption. 2 back, he ran in the grade 2 Moscow Flyer Novices Chase at Punchestown, 2.5 miles 14th of January. Over the longer trip, he won by 7 lengths, and he loved every bit of that. He jumped well, he quickened up nicely. Not a bad race, with also being his first start since the 31st of July. That came at Galway during the festival, 2 miles and 1/8 in the novice hurdle. He won by half a dozen that day, and again, took good control, won over the jumps quite easily. Has definitely been on the improve with every single race, cutting back to a little bit shorter trip, or a little bit longer trip, shall I say, from his last race. I think at 3-2, he's a likely winner. I think the 7 horse here does start Enos for Paddy Brennan, and Fergal O'Brien can win also. Most recent novice hurdle, Doncaster, 2 miles and 1/8. The horse won by 7 lengths. Again, really won for fun. She's a mare facing the boys in the class division, in the novice division over the in the at Cheltenham and hunting his last two, and been running terrifically. Won the bumper here last year at the Grand National meeting. Since coming to the obstacles, this horse has really been doing wonders. Next logical step is coming to Greater Company. It's not the world's toughest race. I think this is a logical step for this one. 5-1. I'll give this horse a shot on the ticket, but I do think Mystical Power has the advantage over this one. But it's going to be a good one here. But to recap my selection for the 255 third race from Aintree, it's Grade 1 Top Novices Hurdle. Going to take the 5 horse Mystical Power. Give kudos to the 7 horse Dysart Enos. 573 Tricast Trifecta. 5-7 in the multi race, the quad or place pot, whatever we decide to play. Let's get to the fourth event at 3:30, which is featured on the program. It is the Grade 1 Melling Chase. It's a Grade 1 event for Class 1 horses, going for a purse $317,500. Race for 5-year-olds and upwards. 7 horses are going 4,000 meters or 2.5 miles over the chase course. My top selection here in the Melling, I'm going to go with the 4 horse John Bon. I'm going to go 4-6-7 in the Tricast Trifecta. 4-6-7 Tricast Trifecta. Top selection of 4 horse John Bon. They say you were going by walk in the park. Nicky Henderson trains. Nicky Boinville gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came in the Grade 1 Clarence House Chase over at Cheltenham. The rescheduled Clarence House Chase at Cheltenham, 2 miles on the 27th of January. And the horse finished second by a neck that day, and he jumped just as good as the winner that day. He settled well. He quickened up a lot. He fought a good race to the wire. He just missed the neck bob. Not a bad race in defeat. He missed the festival, coming back here to Aintree, where he won the Mago Novices Chase last year by basically 100 lengths, it seemed. Coming back here, I think he's gonna get some redemption off that last race. 2 back in the Tingle Creek at Sandown, a mile 7/8 9th of December. He won by 2 1/4 lengths, and again, basically nobody's catching him. Quickened up nicely at 30 cents a dollar. And then the shoulder chase of Cheltenham, 2 miles 19th of November. He won by 9.5 lengths. Again, got over the jumps easily the best that day. And he won the celebration chase last April at Sandown quite nicely. Biggest test with him today will be going to the 2.5 miles. I'm sure that he could stay the trip. He likes the hill. He can handle heavy ground. He handled it at Sandown right before Christmas. I'll give him a shot here on the ticket. If there's a slight upset, it could be the 6 horse Pic d'Orphy for Harry Coben and Paul Nichols. Was a winner last time out in the Ascot Chase at Ascot in mid-February, going away by a half a dozen, basically won in a cruise control. Prior to that, the Silvianco Conti Chase at Kempton in January, he finished second by 1 1/4 lengths, and he kind of yielded late. And then the 1965 Chase at Ascot, he won by half a dozen that day, or over a half a dozen, again, under cruise control. Won the Marsh Chase here last year quite nicely also. So he's proven, the old man still has something left in the tank here. At 3-1, I would use him in the quarter place pot, but John Bond's very interesting in this spot. This is going to be an exciting race to watch. A lot of these races today are going to be exciting to watch. So can't wait. But let's get to the fourth. To recap my selection now for the fourth race, 3:30 from Aintree. It is the Grade 1 Melling Chase. Going to take the 4 horse John Bond. Give kudos to the 6 horse Pic d'Orphy. 4-6-7 Tricast Trifecta. 4-6 in the multi race. Let's get to the 6th event now. We're skipping over the 5th race and heading over to the 6th event, the 440, which is the Grade 1 Sefton Novices Hurdle. It's a Grade 1 event for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $127,000. Race for novice 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 9 horses going 3 miles and an eighth over the hurdle course. My top selection, I'm going to go with the number 6 horse here, Shanghai Bob. I'm going to go 6-3-5 in the Tricast Trifecta. 6-3-5 Tricast Trifecta. Top selection 6 horse, Shanghai Bob. This 6-year-old going by Mahler here. Nicky Henderson trains. Nico Boinville gets the mount. Most recently, the Grade 2 Albert Bartlett Novices Hurdle at Cheltenham, 3 miles 16th of December. He won by 1 1/4 lengths that day, and he had to grind it out to the wire, but he finally did, winning by 1 1/4 lengths. That was a very good, easy run. Missed the festival, come back here. It's not the world's toughest spot for him. Should definitely stay the trip. He's going to be in a logical spot to win. First over the obstacles at Plumpton, 2 miles 9/16th in November in a Class 4 Novice Hurdle. He won by 7 lengths that day, and he was on the drive excelling, jumping like a winner all throughout. That was a very good run. Came back with a strong speed figure. After they came back with another strong speed figure. Coming here today, off some break, he can win. I'll use him on the ticket, and I think the 3 horse Dancing City could win for Willie Mullins also. Most recently, the Albert Bartlett at the festival of the 3 miles. He finished third by 7 lengths. I thought he won a little bit more ground, but he stayed the trip well. prior to that at Leopardstown in the Nathaniel Lacey and Solicitors Novice Hurdle, he won by 1 1/4 lengths, again under the drive, excelling that day, and he broke the maiden at Navan in December quite nicely also. Back to a little bit of a longer trip, offers a decent race at Cheltenham. I'll give this horse a shot on the quad or play spot to end it off. But to recount my selection for the 440 now, the 6th race from Aintree, it's Grade 1, Sefton Novices Hurdle. Going to take the 6 horse Shanghai Bob. Give kudos to the 3 horse Dancing City, 635 trifecta, 6-3 in the multi-race. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5, and remember to join me tomorrow for my Grand National preview from Aintree.